Alright, it says I'm live. I'll be watching the live chat to see what's up there. Working on getting things situated if you are in fact tuning in. Be sure and say something to let me know you're there. Yo, 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 Hunter FPV is here. Alright. One other thing I wanted to do before I get started is make an Amazon affiliate link. Yo, yo, yo. Alright. I'm doing this. Looks like got Big Nasty in here. Casey's in here. Hopefully the stream's still going. I just put a affiliate link in the description of this because that's your way of telling me thank you. I'm not sure that I'm going to actually suggest you buy this, so I did not do an actual affiliate link to the item itself because I don't know if you should buy it. Should you buy it? Or is this working? Is this thing on? I'm not seeing any movement. There it goes. Okay, so it's moving. Good deal. Hunter's here. Yo. Alright, so getting into this sucker. This is literally hot off the FedEx truck. I wanted to open it live. But yeah, so the affiliate link to Amazon that's in the description is an affiliate link to the most expensive drone I could find on Amazon. Obviously, don't buy that, but I don't know if you should buy this either. So I wanted to put an affiliate link out there because going to Amazon through that link and buying something expensive is a great way that you can help me out and say thank you if you appreciate the kind of information I'm going to give you on these streams. And let's talk about streams really quick. There's the goggles. Am I in frame? That'd be awful if I wasn't in frame. I'm going to have to watch the other screen too. Here we go. Alright, so here's the situation. I don't do this to get paid really at all. I make very little money on anything from YouTube, like for real. Not like when the other YouTubers say, you know, Kebab says, I don't make any money from this. Well, I literally don't make any money from this. Very, very little. So, I've got a real job that I've got to go do. Look at that. I've got an appointment tonight. So, I'm going to stream and get kind of my first impressions, the unboxing out of the way. Ooh. And then I've got to go do some real life work. Meeting with some clients tonight. looking forward to that. And then I'll come back this evening and pick up where we left off in another stream. But there's the goggles. Ooh, there's some people in here. So I'm not going to be able to monitor the chat super duper duper close. I will do my best, I promise. But you guys can kind of keep each other updated there in the chat. But I know you're not going to be able to see this, but I'm going to literally stick these goggles to my eyes, because I was really curious about the light leak situation. And they are not a good shape. I'm going to tell you that straight up. What would I compare this to? Sorry. Should I do this? So, hey. Oh, I'm upside down. Okay, hold on. All right. So, here, I'm putting them on my face. And, yeah, they're not. They're very square feeling. So, yeah, definitely not contoured to your face at all. That's very disappointing. It was hard to tell on the other reviews because dudes are trying to get paid and get their affiliate link stuff going. Yeah, that's not good. Where I really notice it, it feels like it's not the sides, this section right here, like it's not touching the side of my face. So that's kind of a bummer. We'll see what it looks like, but that's the situation there. Flip back around. So there they be. The goggles, I think that's all just boxed. So, yeah, there's the box. This is the other thing that was in with the goggles. Let's see what's in here. Da-da-da. Oh, that's right. I'm gonna need a battery to power the goggles. Marcus is gonna have to get on that Fat Shark cable situation and get that going. So here's all these little weird rubber ducky stubby antenna things that go on. That's kind of cool. They appear to be RPSMA, which that's a little annoying. It's the first I've heard of that, but so you see that there's no pin. So it's backwards of what most of us run. RPSMA. What are you guys doing here? Yeah, so if you have a legit question you want to ask on the stream, you might have to ask it over and over because I can't see. What's going on is, yeah, I see someone say 0. I see someone say cheap. That doesn't tell me anything. So if you've got a real question, let me know. Are you guys getting audio? Do you hear something? Audio coming through? Any of my teammates in here from the Heart of America FPV racing team? It's a big week. We've got, there's a DRL, some sort of announcement on Wednesday we're all looking forward to. And then this weekend there's a big race in Buffalo. That's why I'm not making proper YouTube content for these goggles right now, because I'm going to go to that, which means I really have to hustle the rest of this week, especially after the FedEx fiasco today. So, what is it? Oh, this is the strap situation. Okie dokie. Yeah, color balance on this webcam looks like garbage. Ooh, look at that. You get a bag. Aw. Ooh, it's actually kind of nice. It's the first time I've seen this. No one's shown me that on the stream yet. Oh, look at that. That's like a felt, microfibery, plushy situation. DJI. That way everyone knows you play with toys. Alright. Here's your head strap situation. We'll get into that on the later. I really hope that in this first stream I can get it powered on. Do I have a 4S pack handy? I gave away my 5S pack yesterday. Here's a 4S pack. Yes, okay. There's a 4S pack. Yeah. So, goggle strap situation. So there's the top of the head strap. We'll just put that there. I typically like cinch my goggles down to where my face is like bulging out the side. Are the goggles super light? What are the weight of the goggles? So here's the goggles. I would say that they are definitely a little bit heavier than the Fat Sharks. And the Fat Sharks right now have a battery in them. So, well, they're close. The scale I have is very small, and so it would be kind of a big pain in the butt to get these to balance just so on the scale. But just my little hand test there, they are good to go. I'm going to take these headphones off, which are also my microphone. So I'm working on getting these on my head. All right. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that fit is very disappointing. That's a bummer. Gosh. Because I'm sure if they're anything like the FPV goggles they did before, it's gonna have a great picture. But it's kind of a bummer that they don't fit well. Man. DJI. Now, let's talk about I don't know if you'd call it the politics of it. We're definitely not going to talk about like real politics. But the politics of this FPV stuff. I'm from the perspective of there is nothing in the world bad that can come from DJI trying to get into this stuff. DJI is a big company. If there's anyone that can help take FPV racing or FPV in general mainstream, it's DJI. Also, if they've got a product that is commonly used in the racing circuits, guess what that would do for organizations like MultiGP? That would be another source of potential sponsorship funding if they have a real viable product. Now, I think that's what they try to do. It seems like they had some sort of relationship with XDC when their other FPV goggles came out, but that was kind of a big fail because no one liked them. So the more DJI does, here's a USB-C cable that comes with it. The more that DJI does that's in the realm of FPV, if they make a good viable product, then that could open up our industry to sponsorship money from DJI. So, all right, here's a quadcopter. This is one I'm going to put this system in on. I think we should probably say we're going to put the system on versus in. At least that's what I'm planning on doing. So there's some things I've been looking at in regard to this just to keep in mind. Do you have the camera? Yes. Yep. Here's the camera. Someone just asked. There it is. We got the camera. One thing is that this system will not run on 6S. I don't think it'll run on 5S even. This is for 4S and below. So you've got to be pretty careful because most of my systems, I'm running my VTX and stuff, my VTX and my camera straight off of VBAT. So we're going to have to be very, very cautious and not give this sucker VBAT because I'm not about to freaking, let the magic smoke out of a $180 camera VTX unit situation. So, yeah, this is one of our team builds. This is actually one of Amari's quads. I'm choosing it. These are, when I fly some of the team builds, I've typically been flying these because he set them up with the Betaflight 4.0 RPM filter, and they fly pretty good. So I've flown these some. Guess what? Here's my Foxeer camera, which, by the way, if you've seen my video, I've gotten a lot of comments lately about my analog video setup, and I have to say I'm very biased, but I have some of the best analog video in drone racing, and 99% of that is because of that camera right there. So, all right, splay this sucker open. I'm gonna pop this out. Pop that off. I'm gonna desolder the camera situation, and I'm also choosing one of the team builds versus one of my racers for a few reasons. One is my racers I'm taking to Buffalo, and I'm probably not going to be running them digital this weekend. If I'm running digital in Buffalo, you know that this thing is a must purchase. But yeah, I'm pretty certain that I will not be running digital in Buffalo. Hey, we don't even know if it works yet. We're hoping to find out if it even works. Do they dioptry lenses? Yeah, I think there's diopter moves here. Yep, we've got diopter. I'm not going to power them on yet. I want to try to get this into the drone and power it up first. But yeah, there is diopter adjustments. I have very narrow IPD, interpupillary distance. Is that correct? So I'm not sure if it'll work for me or not. But that's that. Let me see if I got another top plate so I don't have to disassemble that one. Oop. Sorry. Getting into a box of goodies up here. Big time thank you to some of our team sponsors. One is Mike over at Flight Club. He supplies us with Flight Club frames, which are freaking amazeballs. If you don't fly Flight Club frames, you should, because they're incredible. So our entire team fleet is on the Flight Club Proton, the OG, with 5.5-inch arms. My personal racing setup is on the Flight Club Proton R, which is the newest kind of rendition of that, and it's pretty awesome too. So, all right, just working on getting this. I know you didn't really tune in, but looks like crab. I don't know what that means. All right, getting this VTX off of my top plate because I think of Back to the Future. Ooh, I didn't mean to yank that out like that. That wasn't good. When it's like VTXs, well, I guess we're technically still going to have a VTX, but set this guy to the side. And by the way, this is the best VTX you can buy for analog. This is the TBS, and they are not one of our sponsors. I wish, because I'm, tired of buying them, but the VTX by TBS, the Unify Pro Race HV that's got this UFL clamp. Look at that. You can actually tighten the UFL down. That's the way you got to do that sucker. So, all right, here's this. Okie dokie. So I got my top plate free. Got my little bag of Hobbywing goodies here this is all the extras from our team build, like wire harnesses and stuff. So, one big reason I'm using this Hobbywing FC is it's got, well, actually the Hobbywing FC doesn't. It's more of a pass-through. But the Hobbywing ESC, the 45 amp, which is what we have in our team builds, it has a 10-volt BEC in it. So it's got a 10-volt output that I'm going to plug this sucker into. And there's also a UART right there that should work with this as well. But here is the camera unit. Ooh, I feel like I'm opening an Apple Watch or something. Holy banana cakes. And yeah, I feel the need to be careful with it, but it's robust. I mean, it looks tough, rough and tough, which is cool because it's gonna get bashed if you race it for sure. Yeah, I would say that kind of my general idea about this, I haven't really used it yet, but from what I can tell on the internet of other people using this is probably not going to be something that racers are going to use. But the other thing is that looking at it from a freestyle side, I don't understand. Well, the goggles would be the reason. So if you hate the goggles, obviously that would be a pretty big reason not to buy it. But from a freestyle perspective, it seems like a bit of a no-brainer. And people have said, well, you're locked into using the goggles. Guys, the goggle situation and the fact that there's not a ground station right now, this is just DJI making money. I guarantee you, I would actually put, I don't know, all my money in the world up to say that DJI currently has a ground station, and they're just waiting for time to pass before they release it so that everyone goes out and buys their goggles. Because, kind of like what someone in the industry that's connected to video type of products, I had a message conversation with him a while back when we were talking about multipathing and digital. And what I told him was that this side of it in these systems needs to be a loss leader. And I don't know if DJI is doing that or not. I don't know if they're making money on this, but sell this side as cheap as you can, and then make all of your money here, whether it be on goggles or ground stations or whatever. In this hobby, we'll pay money for stuff we don't crash, but keeping this at a price that can somewhat be comparable, I think, is important. And DJI did that with the fact that this is not only a VTX, it's also an RX for your control link. If you want to use their radio, which also makes them money because then you also buy the radio. So they're trying to snatch up that cash any way they can, but I'm going to go back to the fact that this is a good thing for our hobby. So I know for a fact this is not going to fit in my stack. So what I'm planning on doing is actually just mounting this on top of the top plate, and then maybe I'll send these antennas down. I don't know. I haven't figured it out, guys. So let's jump into it. Okay, we'll use my race wire trick. So what are we going to need to do here? So we'll need 5 volts and then a UART. I should probably look at some documentation, don't you think? I've just been going off of like what I know. Adrian, what are you knowing about? No. This is future right in front of your eyes. I don't know. All right, so looking at the documentation here. If you're just tuning in, so I'm not linking to an affiliate link to these goggles. Holy crap! How am I supposed to read that? Man, that is just not even kind. I'm going to have to look at the pictures. I'm not going to read all that crap. You kidding me? If you're just tuning in, I did put an affiliate link in the description of this YouTube video that's going to send you to the most expensive drone I could find on Amazon. Obviously, don't buy that, but that's just a reminder to go to Amazon if you appreciate this video and buy something expensive. Like if you need some office supplies, looking to buy a new laptop, just click that affiliate link first, and it will help me get paid. A little something, help offset the cost of the system, other than me selling a bunch of my old gear that's laying around. So I need to find this page in English. So let's see. So what we need to do here is we need to wire this up. I'm going to wire it up to 10 volts ground, and then I need to connect a UART as well. So I just need to find the pinout in English because it's everywhere in everything other than English. Oh, there it is. It's like the second page. All right. At least they value us English-speaking folks to put it early. All right. So here's the thing. It's going to plug in like that. Okay. And then it's going to set on the top plate. I'm going to send my antennas down into the back, I think. Like that. I know that won't be optimal, but it'll work for now. And I can tuck all this cable in there. Maybe I'll do it. No, we'll do it like that. Put my antennas like so. And this wire's going to come around. Alright. Oh, we also need to figure out how we're going to mount this camera. Oh, this camera's going to get destroyed. Alright. So this camera comes with screws in it already. It's got 2 screws. I know some people are really into that, so you can lock the angle. I always just, and I haven't designed anything yet, but I always just design, like, or not design myself, or to use custom designed fixed angle camera mounts, because I'm a racer. I don't want to change my camera mount. I want it to be the same at all times. Got 30 mil standoffs. Yeah, that's what I thought. I considered doing that, Adrian. Getting actually 35 millimeter standoffs. So ones I have are 25, and I don't think 5 extra millimeters is going to get it done. So yeah, I considered just getting 35 millimeter standoffs. But for the sake of just testing this and getting it like out of the box and in there as much as possible, I'm gonna double-sided sticky tape this sucker right to the top plate. But I see a future that if this checks out, if this is something people are going to want to be building, then we are going to sorry, getting a box of goodies here. Then we're going to be designing frames, you know, for it. So now one thing, I'm looking for camera mounts. Where are those at? I give them all away. One thing, kind of the big deal to me, the thing I hate in drone racing more than anything is multi-path interference, and that is when you're inside of a metal building and our video signal is bouncing off of everything. We cause interference on ourselves. So well, let's see if it'll fit in this. I'm 99% certain it will not. But yeah, multi-path interference is really gnarly indoors. But unfortunately, a lot of the places that offer like decent, you know, prize money, like venues and stuff, they want you to race in their venue, a la Caesar's Palace, Bally's. We did that XDC race. You know, we had to race inside of their giant metal building that had some of the worst video reception that I've ever seen ever. And yeah, that's not gonna work. Dang, where are my camera mounts? There's some in there, maybe? Camera mounts. Sorry, guys. And what digital does, you know, not only do we get a good-looking picture, but digital video should be able to handle multipath reflections way better than analog systems. So that is one thing I am primarily very pumped up about and hopeful for in the future. All right. Going to my other box of goodies back here. Find these camera mount suckers. Oh, dang, I thought that was one. But yeah. Now, if you're tuning in and hoping to find a, you know, polished YouTube video, like I said, we're doing this live just because of the lack of time. So bear with me while I kind of fumble through all of this. A few hours ago, I didn't think I was going to get this system today, so this is a bit of a shock and a surprise. Gosh. I thought I had a whole little bag of those standard, like one-size-fits-all camera mounts. I must have given them to one of the teammates at I.O. Had to have, because that is weird. Dang. Okay, that's a bummer. I might have to print some of those, and I'll do that after I live stream here. But let's keep on keeping on in regard to getting this hooked up. Just buy, plug. No. Yep. All right. So, am I literally going to let that just flop in there for now? The big question I've wanted answered is, what is the situation with what is the situation with a race timer, and what channel does it output and that kind of thing. So we might just kind of press on. Maybe let's modify this. Let's just go hack and sauce on this sucker. I think that might work if I cut it. Alright, here we go. Big time shout out to Danimal, who makes awesome fixed angle camera mounts. He's one of the Florida guys. Daniel is his name. He goes by the racer name Danimal. Definitely check him out. If you need a good camera mount, he's your dude. I'm just gonna set this in here. See what we got. What we got? Oh, is that gonna work? Close. If you ever need to do any custom un-3D printing, you just use a soldering iron. Just don't breathe the fumes, kiddies. Don't breathe the fumes. This isn't the type of stuff you should be in a hurry doing, but that's exactly what we are here today. Because I've got to go do some adulting. Alright. Okay, well that's pretty firm. Check that out. I'm going to send that. Okay, cool. Nice. We're going to let that ride. Let her ride, Cod. Alright. Do some of this. So, one thing I do every now and again, with these guys, is if you ever need to splice wires, don't splice wires, just use a piece of race wire and solder it up to it. So instead of trying to splice this DJI situation into this wire harness coming off of the Hobby Wing stack, we're just going to use some race wire. I'm going to tin it up and then put the DJI harness on one end and the Hobby Wing harness on the other. Be all good. I actually only need 2 of them. I decided just kind of on the fly here, I'm not going to do the like UART connection. Obviously, I did not buy the controller, so I'm not going to be using this system for control at all. I do plan on trying to integrate the OSD, so eventually I'll have to wire this up a little differently. How does that look? That actually looks pretty good. Go like put that under. I'll stick this sucker just on the side there. You guys still in there? Viewers have kind of trailed off a little bit. That's okay. You'll come back later, but... Oh, dang, I gotta leave soon. This time is flying when you're having fun. Let's take my race wire there. Where is that harness? There it is. From Hobby Wing. For the sake of keeping everything clean, in, out, 10 volts ground. So I'm looking for 10 volts, which is my third one here. So this is our positive 10 volt from the BEC on the ESC. I'm going to wire that up. Okay. And then the fourth wire is our ground. I'll do that over here. So skip the middle one just so I have a little buffer. And then for this, I'm going to leave all the wire. I'm not going to cut any wire yet till I really figure everything out. But we just need to go voltage positive. I sure hope that's red. Oh, shoot. Oh, don't do that, Sean. Holy crap. Okay, first error. I just melted a little bit of that camera cable. Wow, that sucks. Okay. So if it doesn't work, we know why. That is a very melty plastic. So do not touch that at all. That'll ruin your day. It might have just ruined mine. We'll find out. Good thing is we've got two. So, all right. Cool. Cool. I need to isolate these from one another. I'm just going to snip off the tinned ends just so we don't have raw cable floating around. And the same with this. Keep stuff from shorting out. Let's throw on a top plate. It's probably, yeah, it's going to make me register, isn't it? I've got a DJI account. Man, this is going to be a bummer. We're not going to be able to power this on. Ugh, I got work. That's okay. Okie dokie. Get this turtle mode fin situation. I'm going to put this on. Hopefully it'll provide just the tiniest bit of protection to this system is my goal. And then, okay, so what do we got here? This is hilarious. That's awesome. All right, check my phone. All right, so this is a bummer. I'm going to have to cut this sucker short, and then tonight we'll resume it when I get home. But essentially, this is what we've done. This is what my plan is. I know it's going to make me register it, so there's no reason to try to live stream all that. But that's how I'm going to mount it. I'm going to get a little bit of double-sided sticky tape, stick it on there, and then we will kind of zip tie these down like that, maybe just so they're, I just don't want those to get chewed up by the props. And then get the wires up out of the way. But that's kind of how it's going in there. I mean, so it's kind of cool. Like the camera's not way bigger than what I expected. I was really hoping here. Let's give it voltage. See if I let the smoke out. We will give it voltage, but I'm not going to be able to like mess with the goggles or anything. Where'd my 4S battery go? There it is. All right, let's see what happens here. Okay, so does it have an LED on it or anything? Nothing. Oh yeah, it does right here on the side. So there's a little bit of an LED. And then just, I'm going to take this and see what it's outputting, if anything. Very, very little right now. Oop, there it's coming up a little bit. So, yeah, negative 15 dB. So it's negative 15 dB what It's a lot lower than what I would typically look for from a analog VTX, but I also don't know, since it's not connected to the goggles, if it's actually like initialized or anything. So that is what's up there. It might not, it might be doing something super duper low until you actually register it, because it doesn't know what country it's in right now. And there's different rules for the US and Europe. So, all right, guys, that's it so far. Please check back tonight around 8 o'clock, 7 to 8 in that range, and we'll dig into this again. A quick question coming in: am I going to get the controller at some point? No, I do not plan to fly the controller. I guess that could change, but right now I have zero plans to fly their controller. One thing I'm a little interested in, I'm very hopeful that they'll come out with like an external module, say like a JR Bay type of module that you can plug into the back of a Tyrannus. I'm hoping that DJI figures out that a radio is very personal, and there's a lot of different preferences there, and that they come out with a JR module type of situation. So, all right, guys, sorry we didn't get as far as I had hoped to. Thanks for checking this out. Tune back in tonight, same place, and hopefully we'll get a little deeper and do a first flight. So, see you soon. Later.